Hello, everyone, and I'm Ian Gulil, also known as your TA. And today I'm being here to share my first internal conference at ICITL. So this is the agenda. In the following 10 to 15 minutes, I will briefly talk about how the story began, like how do I have this opportunity to go to Estonia and publish my first paper. And also, I think it's definitely the most interesting part is about amazing experience at the University of Tartu in Estonia, which is where the conference happened. And in the third part, I would talk about some key skills and abilities that I think are really important, and I will end with a Q&A part. So let's start with the first part, how the story began. And I think that is basically two questions here. The first one is, what is ICITL? And also, how did everything start? So let's get started with the first one. What is ICITL? So everything about ICITL 2024, actually ICITL is short for International Conference of Innovative Technologies and Learning. And in 2024, it held at the University of Tartu, Estonia. And the reason why I put the map here is because, to be honest, before going to Estonia, I don't really have the idea where Estonia is. So basically, it's here in Sweden, and this is Finland, and Estonia is here. And also, this is the capital of Estonia, which is Tallinn, and this is University of Tartu. So you can see that I put the small words here talking about the University of Tartu is founded by the Swedish king in 1632. And the reason why I'm putting it here is actually a fun fact is the day I was visiting Tallinn at the church, and I met a tour guide, and we were chatting. After she knew that I'm going to attend a conference at the University of Tartu, she told me about a long history about the University of Tartu, over 300 years. And I was like, oh, that's a long history. And the school that I currently study in, which is NTNU, it's only about like 100 years old. And she was like, so I think that was pretty cool because we got different definition of long history. Since my definition is about 100 years, and her definition is about more than 300 years. So I think that's pretty cool and also a long history. So back to the question, what is ICITL? It actually aims to unite researchers in education, also computer science, and educational technology to share experiences and explore the future of technology and learning. So you would see that basically my topic is focusing on computer science and education. After understanding what is ICITL, I think it is really cool to share a picture here, which is University of Tartu. But I think based on the historical issues, so there is definitely no places such as a field telling us that, oh, this is University of Tartu, not like NTNU, this is Gongguan campus, this is Hoki campus, which is a small school. But it actually, University of Tartu is all around Tartu, so there are lots of buildings, even a museum there, so I think that was pretty cool. So after understanding what is ICITL and where is Estonia, so you may think about how did everything start? Like maybe you will guess, oh, maybe you joined a wonderful lab or you met someone with lots of resources. But I have to say that those are wrong answers. A school class was the beginning, actually. It's actually not from the lab or I met someone really with lots of resources. It's actually just about a class, which is called Educational Development Projects. So after this class, we started to have some ideas. So everything happened. Okay, so how did everything start? We actually learned some new technology through this class, which is RAG, Technology Retrieval Augmented Generation. And as you can see, there is an opposite arrow here. The reason why I put it like this is because actually we have constructed a study group, then we tried to solve some problems without no ideas. But after taking the class through this RAG technology, we found that we can really solve our problems. So we have some ideas, then we started our big journey. So I would say that this is really important to taking different kinds of class to learn new technologies, since I really solved my problems. So after that, we found that we can really build up a system if you're using large language model, since that RAG technology is really useful and helpful. So also we found that it is a great opportunity to make it as a paper. We continued learning and improvement 24/7 in the winter vacation. And also we got once a week with Professor here. By the way, I have to really thank Professor Tai because she gave us lots of opportunities and also lots of resources, especially the direction when we're really confused. So this picture here is just only showing that about how many papers we had read, but to be honest, definitely more than these, because these are just the lab papers that we're going to reference in our paper. And also, we did more with the project since we think that it is a great topic and it definitely solved our problems. So we also attended a competition, and also luckily we get the first prize. So at the same time, we actually didn't really care about whether our paper can get accepted or not. But luckily, I got accepted, or I wouldn't be here to share my experience. So one day we accept an email from ICITL, and it's telling us about the acceptance notification. So I think now is the most interesting part, since it's about an amazing experience at the University of Part2, Estonia. I want to show a fun fact here. Well, actually, there are 131 submissions from 24 countries, but only 60 papers were accepted, which means the acceptance rate is about 45%. I have to say that in the very beginning, me and my senior classmate, who is Daisy, thought that it's definitely a so low acceptance rate, like 45%. But after having a lunch with Professor Tai and also other university professors, we found that actually 45 is a high acceptance rate, since more famous conferences like IEEE or something, it's only about 10 to 30 acceptance rates. So we started our presentation, and I think we're lucky because there are lots of people here. They're listening about our new technology, which is RAG. And after that, we had a conference banquet. I think this was pretty cool, and definitely one of my best experiences, since we got an opportunity to have a dine with professors or researchers from all the other worlds. And as you can see, we did talk about a lot of things, like what the topic we're recently researching, and also talking about what the topic we're going to share. And also we talked about the countries, the culture, everything you can imagine. And after the banquet, we visited Estonian National Museum, and I think that was pretty cool because Estonia just regained their independence in 1991. So it's actually a long history to learn from how Estonians lived there. So I think that's a really great banquet. So also we will have the opportunity to learn from other presenters, researchers. So we have an insight like how they do the research, how they conduct the experiment, how they analyze the data. I think those are really important for the whole journey. And now I think it's about the parts to share the key skills and abilities. So I would like to start with the capabilities, things like English, listening and speaking, also time management, because I think it's a must to spend your leisure time to do these researches and also study lots of papers. So time management is important, and also for the collaboration, work, also discussion with partners, because I think after discussion, it will make your ideas from really divergence to convergence, and also it will turn ideas into solutions. And of course, there are many others that we're already familiar with, since all of us have the same capabilities. So I think what's more important is about the enthusiasm, and also it's really important to driven by internal motivation. For me, I think that the things I'm doing is not just for the course, but also for my personal growth. So I think it's really important to keep growing and keep moving forward and embrace new opportunities. So let's apply the same mindset to this course, which is database systems course too. I'm your TA, so I'm really welcome if you have any problems while you're facing your technical problems, or if you want a discussion with some ideas, I'm really welcome. So let's apply these together. I want to wrap up with a quote from a famous photographer called Chris Grosser, and he mentioned that opportunities don't happen, you create them. I think that really makes sense, since the journey of me is really, I created this journey. Since even I have this opportunity, or I'm really being like working hard. So opportunities don't happen, you create them. So I think that's all about my sharing today. And if you have any ideas or any suggestions from me, I'm really welcome. And also if you have any questions, I'm really welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thanks Ian. Amazing presentation. And then I think everyone can do that because the opportunity created by yourself. I just provide a resource if you want, I can help you. So I cannot bring you if you don't want. So I would like to invite Jiawei to share